Alright, if you guys are new to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification icon so you know when I'm uploading and streaming. We are going to be playing some Control. So basically the rest of this month is going to be nothing but horror games. As you can see, we got Dagon, that's a point and click horror adventure. Same with Slender Threads, that's another point and click. And I do have the beta for Battlefield, which I'm not going to play that for the channel because it's glitchy as fuck. They play it for a little bit, then like I got Anne, now see Control. So we're probably going to do like, I don't know, 5-10 videos of Control for you guys. So let's get into there. We went in and adjust the settings. Gotta do this again. Really? He concluded, I'm going to rest of the orders. 10 years later, these last few years elapsed since 1947 have not been kind. I must state that I have faithfully kept this matter secret, as directed all these years. It's been completely against my values of moral right. Now, I seem to sense the long night coming on. And as you guys seen at the beginning, I have Windows 11 installed. Yes, if your computer meets the requirements, you can install it now. You can upgrade to it for free. It has quickened my spirit. It has set me free. I've done my duty towards the monstrous military industrial complex. Now, the long night begins to approach. There shall be no end. Just as the long night of the Arctic ends, the brilliant sunshine of truth shall come again, and those who are of darkness shall fall in its light. For I have seen that land beyond the border. Well, this is supposed to be like a horror shooter thing or something, as far as I know. Needless to say, this is an extraordinary story of an extraordinary man. Would Bird's own son publish false information that would defame his beloved father? Or did Bird himself falsify all this story in order to make a cruel joke of his life and legacy? This is gonna be weirder than usual. His influence, can't be helped. And valor can hardly be argued. You called me, so here I am. Alright. During life, channeled information from his location in Tibet to Alice Bailey in the United States. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? He claims that the Mayans have crafts which appear to be but they anyone here? Cylindrical in shape. Okay, it's recording properly good. I ain't gotta worry about it. There's some Michael stars. And has since been recorded as speeding up.
Oh, that happened.
He also notes that the
That happened
remaining
earlier,
people channeling what they believe are created.
Reminders: certain objects are not allowed inside the bureaus, and
Protecting their location.
recent incidents have necessitated an issue reminder of prohibited materials, unauthorized weapons, pages, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2, pencils. Why number 2 pencils? Okay. Any objects here iconic representation of an archetypal concept. Rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. All meals under verification is to be brought through private interests. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. Alright, so there's going to be a lot of reading in this game. Is there any... Nope. I took motion blur off. I'm feeling great. One help if any, frame rate issues. Okay. Wait, what's this guy staring at in the picture? Nothing? Alright. The door does open on its own. Okay, that's not spooky one bit. Is there any readables? No, you're not. You're sitting there watching YouTube. Is this readable? Nope. Okay, dokie. Go up the stairs.
After all, remember, it was only a few hundred
The
years
fuck?
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Okay, so you keep seeing a weird seal in your dreams.
In the words of Richard Feynman, the famous quantum mechanics
staff, surveillance, data center information extraction, minor office equipment transfer costs, mold removal, HQ livable costs, for cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5 for 5 years comparison chart, see page 9.
If you'd like to be notified of future releases, just hit the bell button.
Okay. Where is everybody though? That is the question.
Papa Murphy's present how to change the way you do. Step 1. Carefully read. Mainstream historians will tell you that the Great Pyramid of Giza
we go
is a
this way.
glorified tomb for the Egyptian pharaohs. The
Alright,
only
bathroom.
monument left of the original 7 wonders of the world. This structure was
Nothing here.
created
Alright.
with impeccable mathematical precision and is a unique, mysterious feat of construction and of engineering.
Federal Bureau of Control.
The Great
All
Pyramid
these years
has
I've been
none
looking
of
for
our
them, and they were
characteristic
hiding in
stories,
plain sight.
including extravagant artifacts, ornate wall art, sealed entrances,
Alright.
elaborate coffins, or even mummies
Where's the
themselves.
janitor?
It was, however, built with unique materials, the same materials that are used today for electrical conductivity. These facts are being more important.
Black and white snacks, huh?
Pyramids may have had a far more useful purpose.
Petrols,
Petrols,
pretzels.
but a power plant, generating and transmitting electricity to the civilization surrounding it. Impossible?
Yeah, we have
Join the universe inside you for a closer look.
Federal Bureau of Patrol, attention all. A shark in his of those secure. Permission to following basic protocol. Shoot to kill. Good luck.
To start, it's important to comprehend the tremendous effort that went into creating these monuments. The pyramids of Giza are among no less than 118 of these structures in Egypt alone. That doesn't even include those pyramids in other parts of the world. Given our current understanding of how early civilizations built their monuments, it would have taken no less
So
than
there's
20
one
years
on
to
red.
build these so-called tombs.
As far as I know, yeah.
No less than
You read everything.
20,000 workers worked daily. To this day, historians still can't prove exactly how or when they were built. This leads us to ask, what resting place for the dead could possibly be so important that it would warrant such phenomenal effort, time, and precise engineering? Even without knowing, they have nothing in common with regular tubes. You only need to stand before them to realize that's a lot of work for a cadaver. Naturally, we've made
Hello, as you should know by now, our 4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request a Form R4E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Downing, Mrs. Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland. As needed, they'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Thus, your admin team. Alright.
The liquid acid can be used to create chemical reactions that produce
And we can obviously hear somebody.
battery. These materials date back 2,000 years.
Nothing else? No? Alright.
Someone using grape juice with similar materials
Hello?
successfully generated a few volts of electricity. This process has since been demonstrated on the discovery of
Hey, excuse me.
Treat powder and the iron, producing 4
There
volts
you
of
are.
electricity.
Here about the job.
You can simply search online to find
Janitor's assistant.
battery.
You need to go to the interview. Go that way
Thousands
to
of years
the
ago, there was no knowledge of
Thanks.
this technology.
Elevator that way.
Archaeological find.
Got it.
This mere
Very good. I'm out.
Even though
The janitor, by the way.
artifacts with
You work for me.
which requires
Can say I said
electricity
you.
to be created.
If they don't hire you,
Quite simple.
they
Energy generation
Helen.
happens as a result of simple
There'll be
chemical
work for
processes.
the axe.
It can be done by
Take them behind the
four
sound.
basic materials. So, here are
I've
some
done
important
enough
facts
night shift
about the
loader jobs
structure
to know it
of
makes us come
materials
off
in
weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
contains angled
Better
tunnels
somebody with no
that
face at
will
all.
into the pyramid deep
Think
underground
about it.
to areas
No
claimed
face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around,
We
that's
also
him.
know that centuries ago, there were enormous swivel doors that weighed no less than 20 tons.
Fuck, he read our mind. That's creepy.
It could be moved to enter with a push of a Since no Egyptian tomb has ever been found to be deliberately accessible,
Did we really just do a big fucking circle?
continuing to visit the mummies, or could such a door have served the purpose
No,
of
we didn't.
your house
That can't be right. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack.
Spaces. Though you'd almost never know it, the Great Pyramids of Giza were once covered in white
What
limestone.
the fuck? Okay. You're not gonna say anything about that, lady?
Perfectly, so it would have a smooth, flat appearance.
Hi.
This would have made the
Did not know you were staring at us before.
reflect the light of the sun like a mirror. It also would have made a perfect
There's the
insulation
elevator.
inside the structure. A large earthquake in 1303 disrupted
Alright, let's see what's in this room over
and they were
here.
removed to use on other structures.
But we did
Today,
somehow. Okay, this is the bathroom. I'm still gonna.
She actually does.
incredible amount of light
I just
that was
glitched through the door. Holy shit.
And it wasn't because of
raises
health.
curiosity.
It wasn't because
As
of
does
health.
the reason for the installation. Was there a desire to draw attention to their dead? To keep mummies
It
warm?
was the fact
Or
that we were.
perhaps something else?
Alright, nothing else changed.
The material dolomite
Besides,
is used on the
back
outer
there
surface.
apparently.
Dolomite is known to increase
Yeah, you were
electrical
talking
conductivity directly relative to the amount of
The
pressure.
cell
Yeah.
and the
High
poster.
pressure creates more
I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it.
passageways and underground
I've been trying to pull it down ever since.
which is slightly rated.
Will you help?
Granite contains high amounts of quartz crystal with metal, and it's a well-known conductor of piezoelectricity.
You were trolling her
Piezoelectricity occurs as a result of stress or pressure on the
and
quartz.
she couldn't.
Oh, I've had this for like a while. Again, got it for free.
She couldn't escape.
Too epic.
This granite
So it
actually
annoyed her.
ionizes the air
Now
inside
she
the
had.
quartz, creating a chemical reaction which, again, increases the conductivity of electricity. When such electrons are hit, she has to fight.
I might just play this when I get burnt out.
Quite large currents can flow. Another material used to construct walls like stones have a titanium, which holds the giant stones in place. Though it's been analyzed many times, to exactly recreate this gypsum, which comes from sediment. This gypsum can withstand tremendous pressure, and stalemate.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
So, limestone, dolomite,
There's an alarm going off.
supposedly constructed for a tomb are, in fact, analogous to the exact materials we use to make electrical wires. They
Internal
also
lockdown
share
effect,
a
building lockdown
pressure,
effect.
which increases their
Multiple
electroconductivity.
payment breaches detected. Shifts detected.
Just northwest of Greenland was the Serapis.
Heavy serious override. HR protocol activated. Okay.
Box, each weighing 100 tons. Classic Egyptologists say these are commons. Yet,
Minor redrafting any public fiction materials pending any notification of death related to the brutal
if there's no
all.
possible way it could fit
Please adhere to the following guidelines, words, phrases to use in the service of his and slash your country. Regret, proud pride will be remembered. Words, phrases to avoid Alaska, scissors,
10,000
blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry.
In the meantime, any electrical engineer will explain that a container serving as an energy capacitor or battery
I
must be
know.
made entirely of the same substance,
Everyone fucking
so there's no
told me that was
interaction
wrong.
between field.
Just familiarized at the oldest house and headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control to look for answers to the mysterious of her childhood.
On display in an Egyptian museum, but it's not to be finished. Unlike those in the pyramids, this one's cracked, suggesting that perhaps it wasn't romantic, because the crack
So I need a card.
magnetic field, permitting it from successfully serving its purpose. So,
If I were to sum up, I would have to say that these batteries is kick-ass appropriate.
Okay, there's nothing to read here. How about over here?
Best to use that if you want. Optima batteries kick-ass. You can quote me on that.
My bad.
so there is clear evidence to
What the
support
fuck
the
happened here?
possibility of an electrical use. Since these supposed sarcophagi are clearly
Barbara, not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments
the
for the day for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. Okay.
This is bull copper shit, Rocco.
Bull cop!
This is bull copper shittles. Oh, we better go get snack before it's old.
Snacks, guys. Snacks, guys.
Snacks over with already.
Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
It contained carefully crafted copper wire, and more importantly, there were instructions painted as symbols on the board,
Hey.
which appeared to show a clear wiring diagram.
Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
Ranged from large power plants to the smallest belly buttons. see those flashes. And you'll see just potential difference.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
Was indicted for theft of Egyptian It could still be argued that the electrical materials used to construct the grid are simply incidental, because an energy generator still requires catalyst from their source. Perhaps this explains why the pyramids are geographically located over a powerful natural generator.
Ooh, that was sketchy.
Physioelectricity can be harnessed from the power of the current as the world flows. And it has been proven that thousands of years ago, the Nile River passed directly by where the structures now stand.
You made me go all my dogs back over.
This brings in a debate about the age of the pyramids themselves, along with the weathering of nearby space, indicating that the monuments are actually double the age they're currently assumed to be. Perhaps that would explain why there's no mention of the pyramids or their creation in any of the
The hell is that?
Yeah, that's not C.
So if water was a source of power, it would have traveled up the rocks based on the principle of capillary action, which happens when a small area of substance
The same guy.
gets wet, absorbs into the entire area of that substance. Even traveling upward to the top of the structure,
Okay,
the quartz
now I have a gun.
would subject to the stress or vibration, creating piezoelectricity. The high force, the speed of the resonance, the pressure, the amount of circulation, generating electrical energy within the structure by the materials within, and conducting it upwards. The geographical location of the pyramid may give us some clues. It is located exactly at a point which magnifies the electric forces on the planet.
Going to take a pause break.
Or Telluride technology, showing
Alright, we are back.
bulb
Webcam froze. I had to
box which appears to be a receiver.
stop OBS and
Across from this
launch
corner
it.
is a similar room,
But anyways,
into the hands of a reptilian-looking
where are
being,
we supposed to go?
as though it's a warning of the potential to abuse this technology. Mainstream historians scoff and make
Oh, hi.
Instead, there are multiple parties which show these antenna-like objects that appear to be which appears to be the receiver. And the Great that they conducted and directed electrical energy to the ionosphere, where it generated transmitted electricity.
Anyone else coming?
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man.
The ones that are clearly
Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy.
One of the tanks.
Happy to be here.
Fire torches anywhere inside the structure.
Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Deep into the earth. These mysteries still elude our understanding, but more and more people are accepting the possibility the Great Pyramid of Giza had an important function to understand. We know there's a heightened electromagnetic measurement around the pyramid. It's equivalent to that.
Alright, so there's
We also know that if you look at them from space,
good passage here.
they're actually 8-sided, not 4-sided. And that there are strange heat spots with special equipment.
Nope.
They have unique electric materials and a design that suggests high pressure water.
You can't let this happen. 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 You can't let this happen.
All these things suggest
Okay.
You stopped it.
circumstances make the legend
You.
the pyramid was created to
Thank you.
energy generator
That
and a
was
broadcasting system that transmitted
horror.
electricity wirelessly. The implications for this understanding if we rewrite history as we know, do you think it's created and whether or not we do it, do you think that we really could do it? Really actually Thank you for watching, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. If you're new, please hit subscribe with the bell next to it to be notified of future releases.
Where are we going? Exit.
Deemed unacceptable and divinely inspired, the church needed, out of diversity, to create uniformity. They needed an official canon. In a story popularized in modern times by Dan Brown's seminal work, The Da Vinci
Alright.
This canonization is remembered as happening somewhat nefariously at the Council of Nicaea in the 4th century. There, according to the story, Emperor Constantine and other high-ranking church authorities shaped the Christian canon to conform to their own single agenda. Unfortunately, this is not the story. The Council of Nicaea did not determine the official Christian canon. The faithful made a similar assertion. They argued, full strength, cast their opponents as heretics.
Where the fuck am I supposed to go?
It just which tells the long-missing story of a resurrected Jesus leaving his tomb and features 2 gigantic angels and a floating cross that talks.
The hissing sound that tried to evade me earlier.
Thou hast preached to them that
Hiss,
sleep,
burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum.
The disciple Peter asks why he and the other disciples
Alright.
to Mary.
Fully search his entity, his corrupted security guard, confidential.
Who are you then?
The bill has many internal security personnel. The Hiss has quick to take advantage of this fact. Its guards
Like the Book of Enoch, the
used a standard issue bullet rifle, then carried prior to corruption, while the armor guards carry pump-action shotguns. They have no supernatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance capable of stopping bullets in the shield. As a result, prolonged Hiss corruption does a Hiss ensure organic host over time. More data is needed. Do the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have the level of cognitus? Does it utilize hosts to take for attacks they are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are reserved for combat. These are all questions for later, though it is obvious as corrupted individuals trained knowledge on the use of their weapons. Refer to file something full report. Yeah, we read that. Someone suspected from the director sponsors lead to privilege. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of alternate materials, but can also detect the characteristics of an alternate world event. Urban legends are undecided as modern evolution junk archetypes. We have recognized certain informed by our own and popularized by our media. We have additional improvement that urban legends can even be artificially in popular culture using arbitrary-made mythological television programs. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates details. Certain natural phenomena contains clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on something a pair of scissors that consumes humans, though to puncture on these details living in the mind of so many have been given the strength to believe. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file blah 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 for full report.
Something which goes beyond simply whether or not it is part of the Christian canon. It has been pointed out
Unique description object foreign is variable. We bound an object allows parallels to this object must be bound by a individual seeking the role of the object will determine whether if the ejected object is terminated. This process is dictated by through their rituals unknown. Background: the object was discovered inside the oldest house in a room that is now used as director's office. Proper offices many forms throughout history. Excalibur, all weapons that of their wielders of objects of power are forced based on the constants. This may be the original manifestation of the event. If this is the case, see Dr. Definitions for more.
Instead of watchers, however, Sumerians called these beings
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one.
Creating an entirely new species in the process.
Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired.
Is it possible?
Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Are simply retelling the older Sumerian story of the Anunnaki? Consider the agricultural revolution, which began around 10,000 BCE, during which time human beings transitioned from a lifestyle of hunting and gathering to one of agriculture and settlement. According to historical record, as early as 9500 BCE, in what is now modern Kurdistan,
How the hell unscheduled visits in the internal lobby start with the following. Welcome to Federal Bureau of Control established the government regions where proud to serve the United States and her people. We strive for transparency, excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's structure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How do you find this place? If their answers are sufficient,
Things could have made
Lee Harmless explained that this is a secure facility office and they need to leave. Editor answer scenes. Escort him to a private room there, performed a Gunnar's toxicological assessment if their responses are within acceptable range of deviancy to provide scoring sheet, then immediately remember there's no such thing as too suspicious. Okay.
Many have suggested that this explains seemingly impossible monuments like the pyramids of Giza or Teotihuacan, those ancient monuments of extraordinary sophistication, which is completely unexplained by the cultural and social circumstances of historical record. Perhaps this also explains how human beings were able to transition from nomadic hunter-gatherers to sophisticated civilizations in historically insignificant amounts of time. Incredibly, the book of Enoch describes an almost identical process taking place.
Okay.
The Anunnaki is providing humans with advanced knowledge and technology. They teach humans metallurgy and mining, medicine, how to read and write, and how to read the stars. They teach humans to learn cosmetics and rebuild the temples of the earth. The Book of Enoch 8:1-3a reads, and Azazel taught men to make swords.
Can't see shit. Do we go this way?
And made known to them the metals
Where?
of the earth and the art of working them, the use of antiquity and the beautifying of the islands, and all kinds of cosmic stuff and all colors of creatures, and it is interesting that
Must cleanse control points.
Are the Egyptian pyramids. According to the ancient Arabian historian,
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Incidentally, sorry, translated into Hebrew. Consider elsewhere in a chapter in which
Okay.
the secrets of the lightning and the secrets of the thunder. Some have suggested this chapter is meant to illuminate the riddles of
Holy
energy
shit.
and electricity.
You did it.
Again,
We
this
did it.
relates directly to the Anunnaki, who many believe have been trying to reveal similar secrets to human beings through crop circles for some time.
With the Bureau.
In our latest video called
Are you
Crop
still
Circles
sane?
Contain Blueprints for Free Energy Devices, we talked
Can't
about
tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
crop circles
Your feelings
have appeared
mutual.
across the world
I'm Pope,
detailing
Emily Pope,
complex
and Dr. Darling's
lasers, magnetic
My turn.
and motors, mechanical
Should I lie?
riders, and the field lines of
Jesse
electrical
Faden.
charge.
I'm
The
just
work,
visiting.
according to some,
should have
of the
lied.
Anunnaki.
Oh, shit.
In
You're
fact,
the new
consider
director.
Enoch's description
Hold on.
of his
We're
journey
coming
to
out.
the gods, while keeping in mind the UFO sightings which often accompany and complement these crop circles. I was taken to a kind of floating palace, Enoch said. It was huge,
Director
like carved glass.
Faden.
The floor had
Call me
glass
Jesse.
plates.
Okay,
Through the floor,
Jesse.
You could see the
I'm
stars
Emily.
we were crossing.
Look,
With
somehow
in mind,
this
one might
hostile
wonder if
force,
the fiery
this
chariot
hiss,
which took Enoch away
that
before
works.
the Great Flood
Somehow
was
the hiss
not,
managed to
in fact,
infiltrate the
an
building
alien
without any
spacecraft.
warning. And just like that, my name for it is official. The
Then
hiss.
stories as
Like
mind-blowing
the sound of
these,
poison
of
gas
watchers
leaking in.
of Anunnaki
We're in
and
full
giants,
lockdown.
stories which
It seems to have
permeated
spread
ancient
everywhere
cultures
and
for
to
thousands of
everyone
years
not
should be
protected by an
largely
HRA.
forgotten. The
And
Sumerians
extraordinarily,
praised the pantheon of
you.
ancient civilizations.
you
The
are
book
the
is
director, and
censored
that makes
from
you special by
biblical
definition.
However,
Trench is
if
no
the
longer
latest
the
stories
director,
fundamentally
obviously.
reshape human
I'm
history
sorry,
and
I'm
unify
talking too much. This
are,
whole
their
situation is
exclusion
just
perhaps no
a lot.
surprise.
No.
Yet maybe these stories were
Trench
not,
is dead.
in fact, totally erased.
Shot.
Consider the well-known
Ah.
biblical story of Adam
I
and
found his
Eve
body.
in the Garden of Eden. Read it not
No,
Yeah, the
literally,
told
nor
this.
Do I tell her it looked like a
philosophically,
suicide?
as an allegory.
The service
Read
man.
it metaphorically.
Also,
God creates
and this
Adam
sounds
to watch
crazy.
over the earth, much as the gods
He keeps
sent the
appearing to
watchers
me,
do in the book of Enoch.
saying things.
From Adam's rib, God creates Eve.
It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around. You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown, before you became the new director? Like, how?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in. I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan?
Not yet. But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
Yes,
Isn't that which is
I can try.
officially sanctioned history books?
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together.
Perhaps forgotten. Maybe the answer has been
Okay,
in plain sight.
you with me?
all the time.
We did it before. Push the hiss
Thank
out.
you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. And if you're new, hit subscribe and press next to it for future notifications.
Ah.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, you walk over here, get yourself woke up here, you know? I was the first thing to say is to woke up, but
This has burned too deep.
His methods in human hosts in numerous ways. The hope most common, at least of tense form, is seen in the cut agents flying through the Bureau. His agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable restrictions from an affected human is the fact that they levitate. These hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing strange incantations in infinium. Perhaps the vessels are only meant to propagate the hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters, or the cocoons preparing to enter their next stage of evolution. When attacked, his agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invincibility or undergoing transformation into a pearly resinous form. Research is ongoing for to file for full report.
Whipping it out rips them apart.
Wait, what? We don't have... Okay. Where?
Over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse. I can't cleanse them. I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time,
I think
And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hedron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know. Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the hotline. Said I should find it. It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone, a direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss. Where is the hotline? It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you. Okay, that's my next stop. That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
Excuse me.
They call me the director. But that's not me.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader.
Yeah, it's
Why am I here? I think you
I
already know.
don't know if that's copyrighted or not.
Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
Alright. In the communication department to find a hotline, and we instruct Jess to find a hotline object of power in the form of an old telephone. To understand a message from the dead director trying to communicate with her, they hope he can find the site of the hiss invasion.
think you're a good driver.
Alright, we already did this, we already did that. Person you should fill is yourself.
Record of the victors of power and purpose.
Ah.
Agricultural revolution and so
It's all
on.
new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now.
One second.
Giants are they must see upon first light. Look closer.
Okay.
History of the human race may be revealed.
That's it.
One which totally upends conventional knowledge and the history of power. This is an alternative history which has been censored out of human understanding, mostly forgotten or ignored until now. Before we continue,
The hotline should be in the communications department.
This video. ExpressVPN is the fastest and one of the most trusted virtual private network services out there. It helps keep your
Thanks,
information
Emily.
private.
I'm sure I'll have more questions soon. Just let me know.
Alright, well, if you guys liked what you've seen so far, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification icon so you know when I'm uploading and streaming, and we will continue the next one shortly. So it looks like I gotta go back downstairs somewhere. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.